So I don't know what your days look like exactly, but mine have a lot of variety in them, right? I'm out here shooting videos, I'm in meetings with all kinds of people. Really, every single day for me is kind of different. And also because fitness is a part of my livelihood, I've got my workouts, I got my meals, and then I've got to have a little bit of me time in there as well, right? And you can probably relate to this. Your day and your responsibilities are totally personal to you, but the challenge is the same as mine, which is figuring out how to balance doing what needs to get done for work, for your family, for everyone else, while still prioritizing taking care of yourself. And a great way to stay ready to handle all those challenging and changing priorities is to build stable, predictable rituals at the start of your day. And I know it doesn't always feel like it, but this is the time of the day that you can have the most control over, but it's up to you to exert that control. So now I want to share a 3-step plan to help you start your day off right. And these are techniques that I've seen not only work for me, but also our V-Shred trainers have heard work really well and pay off really well for our members who are trying to find their own way in fitness. All right, so let's do it. Number 1 is to rise and shine at the same time. So going to bed at the same time every single night is a pretty popular technique to improve your sleep, right? But what some people forget is that it's a technique that only works if you are also getting up around the same time every single morning. And so if you're in the I'm not a morning person crowd like myself, also known as I sleep for as long as I possibly can and get away with it, then I know where you're coming from. And also don't worry, I'm not going to tell you that you have to get up at 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning and just to be the best version of yourself, because you don't. Only you can say what time is going to be best for you to wake up. And full disclosure, like I said, I'm about a 7:30, 8 a.m. guy myself, give or take. But for someone who has made the switch, mostly anyway, I can tell you that hating the morning really just ends up creating a lot of wasted time and energy. Those minutes or hours before the world starts pulling you in a million different directions are when you can get the most amount of stuff done, the best thinking, the best planning, even exercising. And yes, the science says that you can change into a morning person. Maybe not completely, but you can at least become a person who isn't totally allergic to mornings. But it's also not going to happen by accident. It's going to happen because you decided to change and then you follow through on that decision. Just remember, this is a long-term project that will really only begin to pay off as you do it for weeks and months and even years. All right, number 2 is to use the first few minutes of your morning wisely, because there's just about nothing worse than waking up feeling stressed out or like you're struggling to remember something that you need to do. You probably don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling. And in order to avoid it, I'm a big proponent of starting your morning planning the night before. So I go into this in more detail in my nighttime ritual video, but I recommend that people use a notebook of some kind to kind of map out the next day and the biggest priorities before you go to sleep. It's the last thing that I recommend you do before going to sleep. And personally, I find that it just helps me sleep better, but also come into the day feeling more prepared to face everything that I got going on. But that nighttime ritual has a morning sequel. When you wake up in the morning, I highly recommend revisiting that journal pretty soon so you can just get refocused and not even really looking at your phone for like 20 or 30 minutes at least. Not to look at Instagram, no emails, nothing. Just basically you refresh your mind about what needs to get done, and if something needs to be added or changed, do it. And then just take a minute or two or more if you've got time and just visualize your day. Visualize your tasks, your workouts, your meals, the whole thing. Because when you get good at it, this is a really powerful technique. And then number 3, we have a very simple one. It's just get moving somehow. Now, our V-Shred trainers say that they hear from plenty of people that morning is their only time to work out. Maybe it's the only time that it's going to happen, period. But if this is your situation, that's amazing. Morning workouts can totally be a game changer because they're great for fat loss, and they can also help you face the day with more energy, knowing that you've done some solid work in support of your goals and you just have your workout out of the way. Here's my only recommendation. Don't just assume that the stars will align every single morning and that you'll always be able to get that workout in, because you won't. And the stars won't align. You need to treat that time as sacred. And that means to plan around it. Have your workout time and your workout place picked out. Have your workout picked out. And don't just freestyle it at 6 a.m. We've got workouts here in V-Shred that are perfect for this situation. But aside from the workout itself, have maybe even your workout clothes laid out. And if you're having pre-workout or BCAAs before your workout, maybe have those in a shaker bottle, and all you need to do is just put water in it and mix it up, and you can get on the way and go. And I know that might sound like overkill, but the thing about morning workouts is that they are always on the clock. If you don't fill that time the way that you want to, the world will gladly fill it for you. So every little thing that you can do to help make your workouts easier, to just get them done, is worth doing. And if you're not a morning workout person, I get it. Not everyone is up for HIIT workouts before breakfast, but that doesn't mean that you also wouldn't benefit from getting moving in the morning at all. This is the perfect time for a good walk, which is what you'll pretty much always find me doing in the morning with my little buddy, Brutus, the mayor. But those 3 rituals, they're not anything magical or unheard of. They're just really good, solid time management. But they're also the kind of foundations for a morning that can make a huge difference over time. They're not going to do everything immediately. Yes, it'll help, but try them for a month or dedicate yourself for a full year, and I guarantee that you'll see a massive difference. And if you like this video, make sure that you keep coming back for more ways to build your fit life the right way without having to hate it along the way.